outside of the building, not having an opportunity to be together with us. This is just to stress how popular is these events, and I think I'm really happy. I'm happy for the fact that first time in many, many years we have Ukrainian house, Davos. And not simply Ukrainian house, Davos, but with the slogan, creativity, innovation, opportunity. This is the best characteristics now has Ukraine. And I want to thank, of course I can thank sponsors. This is very important. I can thank to representative of presidential administration for work. But I want to thank enthusiasts who come here, who strongly believe in Ukraine, and who think that this is the most important thing for them now to be here and to deliver the information about Ukraine. How Ukraine changed. And this is not only the few figures which mentioned Olena. This is nothing similar. And this is not only the changes of the legislation. This is the first year when this legislation starts to be implemented and work. This is the independent estimation about our 76th place in rating of doing business. And if you ask me, am I happy? No. I'm absolutely confident that within a short period of time, we will be in the first 50. This is absolutely realistic because our team are together, we work hard, and we do a lot of things which happening after rating was finished. I'm proud, again, that we make very important reform of the pension sector, pension reform, which make our financial system, budget system healthier, and which would be much more stable and predictable, the situation in Ukraine. Can you imagine that 3 years ago we have a 15% budget deficit, 60% now, below 3%. Maybe it would be below 2% this year. Spending 6% on the security of defense and defense expenditure because we are a country in a state of war. And all this reform happens during the war. When we defending our sovereignty, defending our territorial integrity, defending our independence. We clean up banking system. The banking system now are healthy, which not happened never since crisis 97 or crisis 2007. We very much afraid to mention the figures of the non-performing loans. Now we think that we do enormous things. We have a macro financial stability, but the most important thing we do during the last half a year, education reform, healthcare reform, very unpopular, but we should be a leader, not a populist, and this is our difference, because populists never bring the country to the positive results. We make an important steps on cybersecurity. We make a very important step on the rural medicine. 14 million of Ukrainians now will have an access to the modern medical services. Can you imagine that when I was elected as the president, Ukraine don't have 3G mobile communication standard? No, because of the corruption. In a few days, it seems to be on the 29th of 31st. Okay, let's check who is right. Let's say 31st of January, we will have opening the envelope for the 4G communication standard. And we have a lots of companies who plan to participate and to invest the money. The very good characteristic that this year more than 80 companies request top leaders, world leaders, 80 companies request for the meeting with me during one day. This is a very good characteristic, not an advertising, about how popular Ukraine now for the investment and how strongly believe these people in our success. I'm proud that we have a new privatization law. It's not yet signed because they tried to block it in the parliament. That their attempt to stop the reforms, we don't allow them even tiny chance. With using the England and Wales legal system for those investors who wants to sign contract in this system, with the obligatory participation of the foreign advisors, with the absolutely transparent position, no any more special competition, which is a symbol of the corruption. It would be transparent privatization, which we demand to launch now, immediately. And I'm absolutely confident that that will be successful. We plan to make it, not to stop that, to make changes in the tax legislation. I insist and I invite both business association, our advisors, including advisors from EBRD, and I kindly thank President Chakrabarti for many things he do for my country, not only as the financing institution, but as an advisor for the reform. His role is extremely important, together with the World Bank, IMF, IFC, and others. And we plan to change corporate profit tax to the distributed profit tax, not the investment in Ukraine, reinvestment of the profit should be zero taxation. That is a very strong motivation to increase the number of the investment in Ukrainian economy. We need an economic growth. And 2.5% economic growth, which was demonstrated in Ukraine during the first 6 months of year 2017, is not enough. And I'm confident that in year 2018 it should be more than 3.5%. And that would be growing. We create the National Bureau for the Financial Security. Let's have this name. But that means that it would be only analytic and no anymore any law enforcement agency to have a right to touch the business. I launched before end of the year the reform, second phase of the reform of the court system, judicial reform. We now have an absolutely new Supreme Court. We launched that it would be not anymore so-called Pechersky or Solominsky court legislation. It would be, we are waiting the new people to come and to help us to build up the society of justice. And many other things. Today it was discussion if the glass is half empty or half full. I have a new version. And I hope that Mr. President support me. The glass is not half anymore. We have bigger. And I think that this is extremely important message for those. Please, not wasting the time, not waiting June, July, August, autumn. It's right time and right place today to be in Davos, in Ukrainian House Davos, but already the day after tomorrow. Tomorrow, maybe to listen the US President, but the day after tomorrow, please be in Ukraine. We are waiting for you, we are waiting investor, we are confident, we create an enormous efforts to create an best, if we can, investment climate. And this is very important that together with me now, our ministers, which are the team who wants to build up the new Ukraine. And Ukraine now is different. You can come and be sure of that. And one of the persons to whom I want to especially thanks to be a co-author, co-sponsor of this reform, person who strongly believes in Ukrainian potential, is the president of the EBRD, very good friend of mine, very good friend of Ukraine, Sumo Chakrabarti. President, the floor is yours.